Hi everyone, my name is Virginia Wade, and I'm going to be telling you about an experience I had seeing 3 UFO alien beings. I moved to Sedona, Arizona, and the morning that I got to Sedona, I discovered I had a mark on my neck and an implant in my cheek. It was right after I had gotten to Sedona. I went to sleep, and that morning I discovered these things. So then all these things started happening to me. This was in 1992. Within 6 months, I saw a few alien beings appear where I was living. Now you have to understand that I didn't know anything at that point in my life about UFOs. I had not seen one. I had not read any books. I didn't know about the Greys. I didn't know anything about the subject at all and was very skeptical and didn't believe in this stuff. But within that 6-month period, I started seeing UFOs, and the UFO beings came and appeared to me. So let me tell you that story. I was in Sedona, Arizona, and I got woken up at 3 in the morning. And I looked, and I saw this alien being, and he was going through my art supplies in the corner of the room. And his arms were going up and down, and he was picking up the art supplies and then putting them down and then picking them up, and he kept doing this. He was about 7 feet tall, very skinny. His arms were very, very long. They passed way past his knees, almost to his feet. That's how long these arms were. Very bony arms. He was tan-colored. His head looked like a diamond-shaped head. He was only there for a few seconds. I felt that he was very good. I was not afraid. I was in shock, but I did not feel that he was evil at all. And he then disappeared. Now, I had a little pyramid in the corner of the room, and maybe he came to discover, what's the energy coming from this pyramid. But I also was going to be engraving numbers and symbols on jewelry, on metal. And maybe they were interested in the symbols that I had started engraving, metals. At that time, I'm an artist, and I was experimenting with different metals and jewelry, creating that and using an engraver, and maybe they were interested in that. Well, then about a week later, I was woken up again at 3 in the morning, and another one appeared. A woman appeared. She was in white, in this white gown. She had short blonde hair. She looked human. She had large eyes. They were blue, and she wasn't really super tall, but she was glowing. At first I thought she was an angel. To this day, I don't know if she was an angel or an alien. I really don't know, but she was checking out my art supplies, just like the other one had been doing. And I thought, this is very interesting. Why are they so interested in my art supplies and this jewelry equipment? I didn't understand that. But at the time, I had a girlfriend staying the night in the other bed. And when I saw this glowing woman, I shook my girlfriend. I said, wake up, wake up. You've got to see this lady. And she woke up, but by the time she lifted her head to see, the glowing white woman disappeared, and she didn't see her. And she was visiting from Phoenix, Arizona at the time. Well, then the next week, another little alien being, about 4 feet tall, gray. Now I would know what it is. It was a gray, and I felt evil. And at first I felt scared, I was in shock, and I felt evil coming off that thing. And I said, in the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to go. And it disappeared. But he also was looking at my art supplies. So those are the experiences I had with these aliens that appeared to me in where I lived in Sedona. And it all happened after I had that mark on my neck, which I still have today. Now, there was one other little experience I had during the same time now, that I woke up and I felt like there were cobwebs around me. And then my body got paralyzed, and I was kind of half awake and half asleep, but my mind was awake, and visually I could see, psychically I could see a big long needle about 12 inches long, and an alien was putting it down my neck, the back of my neck, and it was about 2 inches in my neck. And so I visually, in my mind, I said, no, you cannot do this. And I imagined, in my imagination, I pulled that needle out. And I commanded that alien to go in Jesus Christ's name, and then it all disappeared, and it was gone. And then I got back to normal, and I woke up, and I wasn't paralyzed anymore. But this was all the same time period this stuff was happening to me, and it was in Sedona, Arizona, which is a place where you see a lot of UFO activity. It's a vortex area, and the veil between this world and the other side is very thin. So a lot of people have a lot of experiences over in Sedona. So I did see a UFO in the middle of the day. I was with my friend driving to Flagstaff, Arizona, and this was in 1992, after being in Sedona there. In the middle of the day, we were driving to Flagstaff, and I saw this big UFO in the sky. You could see the silver, the saucer and everything, and he saw it too, and it was sitting there for 20 minutes. And we were driving from Sedona all the way to Flagstaff, which is a 45-minute drive. And we both couldn't believe what we were seeing, because it wasn't really moving. It was just sitting there, and it was big, and it was close. And then it had a cloud on the top of it. So that was the first UFO I ever saw. This was back in 1992. So those are the stories I wanted to tell you today, and I'm going to close now. And if you like the video, like below. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead. And my website is opendoorswithin.com. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.